suppose that leads us quite nicely into the next kind of segment that we like to talk about, which is the barbecue fails, and some of the things that hasn't gone so well, and perhaps hasn't made your Instagram, or perhaps would have if you've taken photos of your injuries.
Well, this is it. Do you know what? I've been preparing myself for this because I've heard some of the ones from the previous podcast. So, and do you know what? I'll split this into two different, because I have had epic fails with equipment and epic fails with food. Purely from a knowledge perspective. So if one kind of leads into the other. So when I lived on my own for quite a period of time, and I was really into man versus food.
Yes.
Okay, Adam Richman, right? So he's a brilliant person on the food. I love that kind of stuff. I'm a big fan of his. And he was talking about this bullet smoker called a Brinkman. And I don't know if you remember. You're gonna have to go back because this is a while back. So I don't think you can't get them anymore. But it was a Brinkman bullet smoker, and it was like top of the range at the time. So I'm thinking, and I'm watching all these programs, and I'm thinking, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. So I put a tweet out and said, oh, looking at the Brinkman smoker, I said, my girlfriend says, which I didn't have at the time, it was a complete lie. I said, my girlfriend says that if I can get a retweet from Adam Richman, then she'll let me buy a Brinkman smoker. To which he responded, I'll come round for wings, right? He said, I'll come round for the wings. And I'm like, oh my God, he's responded. So anyway, so I bought this smoker, and I'm thinking, right, so we are going to hit this hard. So I bought a rolled brisket and some sausages, just some general big sausage. And I'm like, I am smoking them. Oh my God, this is going to be the most amazing thing. I'm going to invite. I'm going to have one test on my own, and then I'm going to invite my friends round. I made a rub, which I made loads of rub. It was so much rub. It was like a literal box of it. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to use this smoker. And I did that. And I cooked the thing. The sausages were unbelievable. You know, they were so good. They came out so nice. Unfortunately, what the Brinkman smoker did do was it turned that really nice piece of rolled brisket into a shoe, which I quite possibly could have worn today, and it still wouldn't have worn out today. I couldn't cut it. It was the most horrendous cook ever, and I literally could not cut this piece and everything like that. And in the end, I'm thinking, I'm sure it looked a bit more moist than this on the telly. I mean, it looked all right. I was like, maybe it needs a gravy, so I'm going maybe put a bit of gravy on it, it'll be fine. But yeah, so I think, you know, that was my first experience of me trying to do some long cook. And I cooked that for about 8 hours as well. I was up really early for that. But it was like a 1 kilo piece of rolled brisket, which I'd cooked for like 8 hours or something. Never changed the coals once, never added water to it once, just what was already in there. So obviously you hear all these things and you're thinking, because when I watched it on the TV, they didn't show any of that. That was never on there.
Not only that, the fat content of the meat's going to be much different in America than it is over here because of what they do to their animals over there.
Absolutely, that's right. And I'm thinking it doesn't look like that. But it's rolled brisket. It'll be fine. I think I even unrolled it. I'm sure I did.
So what did Adam Richman think? Did he like it? Or?
Oh, he didn't come round, mate. He blew me out. I was honest.
Adam Richman, what are you doing?
I know, what a waster, honestly, loser. But yeah,
he's vegan now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's vegan.
What? No, surely not.
If you look him up, not only is he vegan, he's lost loads of weight. Because when he was doing Man vs. Food, to keep the hunger up, he used to like run marathons on treadmills and stuff to try and keep him healthy, because the amount of food he was consuming, but B, also to keep the hunger going, because you need the appetite. But yes, it was worth looking into. He's lost a load of weight. And
I knew he'd lost. Yeah, I knew he'd lost a load, but I'm sure I saw him on TikTok. He's been on TikTok recently, like eating chicken.
Maybe he's gone unvegan then. He was definitely vegan for like 2 years, 3 years.
Gone unvegan. Wow, yeah. I really didn't know that. I really didn't know that.
It broke my heart.
Oh wow, so much respect gone. Sorry, vegans.
Anyway, back to your story. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. So I think the other fail is one of regret more than anything. So when going back before the Brinkman, funnily enough, I had a barbecue that it was a gas barbecue, but it was an Outback flat top barbecue. I paid about £200 for it. It wasn't really anything special, but it had a cast iron grill on one side and a cast iron plancha hot plate on the other. And all I really cooked on that hot plate was halloumi and burgers. I didn't know of smash burgers. I didn't know of like crisping bacon. I didn't know of domes. I didn't know of anything like that. And I got rid of that barbecue without even really knowing anything. I've thought about that some time now, thinking that, do you know what, I was devastated in the fact that I'm now thinking, you know, you're talking about all this stuff and you literally had that in your garden and you didn't know what you had.